So hi, my name is Dr. Julie Vargas and I'm a consulting veterinarian for Excel Supplements. At Excel, research and product development are really important. So the study I'm going to talk to you about today was developed with the endurance athlete in mind. Horses have jobs, and some of those jobs require sustained energy, much like a marathon runner. At the heart of this trial was to assess metabolic parameters of these athletes when we fed them our Pro Elite oil. So for this study, we chose 3 Arabian horses, previously naive to Excel Pro Elite oil, and these horses were committed to 2 races, 6 weeks apart. So these races were at the same venue. 2 of the horses competed at a distance of 25 miles at both races, and 1 horse competed at a distance of 50 miles at both of those races. So the course was a little different, but inherently the terrain was the same. And fortunately, weather conditions were similar at each event, so that was helpful. So the main variable to take into account was Pro Elite, the oil that we fed to them between the 2 races. So it was fed to the 3 horses at 2 ounces per day in the 6 weeks after the first race and just prior to the second race. So race 1, blood work was not influenced by any supplementation. So we had blood pulled at the vet-in, which was approximately 12 hours prior to racing, and then again upon completion of the race between 3 to 4 hours post-race time. So tests run on the blood included serum amyloid A, SAA, plasma lactate, and all their chemistry values. So then race 2 was after the 6 weeks of Pro Elite oil supplementation. Again, the same protocol, blood pulled at the vet-in, then after the finishing. And all of the same blood parameters were taken. So of the values we tested, there was no measurable change to the SAA inflammatory marker. But on the chemistry, 2 of these values, 2 pretty important ones actually, as indicators of fitness and conditioning, did show marked improvement. And those 2 were creatinine and lactate. So creatinine is a leakage enzyme, and it's the most widely used enzyme for evaluation of muscular injury or disease. So that was really remarkable that during race 1, the average increase was around 660 milligrams per deciliter between pre and post-race blood draws. Then during race 2, after 6 weeks of oil, the CK values increased only 200. So that was a pretty significant decrease, meaning from the first race, they went up markedly 600, and that second one only an increase of 200. So that means less creatinine was leaking out of the muscle. That was good. A much less dramatic increase is indicative of decreased muscle injury during race 2 as compared to race 1. So then the second value that we looked at, lactate values, were also positively affected by oil supplementation. So at race 1, the post-lactate values were higher than the pre-race values by an average of about 0.3 millimoles per liter. And then after 6 weeks of the supplementation, at that second race, that value actually went down. So not only were those horses improving, they actually made their lactate come down, which is a really good indication of good conditioning, excellent metabolic state, all of the above, again, after the 6 weeks of oil supplementation. So really this data suggests that the addition of Pro Elite oil to the diet alters exercise metabolism in conditioned horses in a positive fashion. So that's what we wanted to bring to you today. Have a great one, take care, and enjoy your horses.